1018 versus 1000 Degree Knife. And oh, what a match to start the day. Dallas, it's not going to be Route 66.
No, I mean, it's very good for us to finally get into our first matchup here, which is finally not on Route 66. It is going to be the star-studded Hollywood. Leading the boys here on 1000 Degree Knife, we've got Ghost, Nellary, Foxine, Lorgie the God, Snexwang, and Haskim.
And 1018, it's primed Emerald, TJK, Cinderella, Kura, and Nectar.
And yeah, so obviously we saw very good performances out of both of these teams next week. 1018 obviously not making it through, but 1000 Degree Knife had a very, very good sort of first Route 66.
Yeah, I mean, that said though, 1018 did leave a lot to be desired, but they did come in a lot stronger than 1000 Degree Knife even. Now, I talked about these guys as like maybe being a bit of an upset today. If they are going to, they've got to prove it in this match. They're going to be on offense first, and they're going to have to break through a bit of the base composition, running a Torbjorn on defense. All right, no, that's on attack. Never mind the symbols at the top. I think they're the wrong way. I feel like that's going to change around in a second, but again, I guess we'll talk about the defending team then, right? They're running real standard. There's no Symmetra, there's no Torbjorn either. They're just going to look for your standard 2-2-2 setup, and it's really going to, 3-tank. It's going to be Lorgie the God, the guy who's going to, you have to watch. He's going to be sitting up in that restaurant, up on the top level, so 1018 need to dedicate someone to jumping in and dealing with him.
And yeah, we've talked about Ghost obviously being that sort of big standout player there for 1000 Degree Knife. I think it's going to be really, very important to see the kind of picks he's going to be able to pick up on this hog. Alternatively, though, there on 1018, we see TJK actually switching to that Tracer very, very quickly. So I think we're going to see a Tracer trying to get over on that left side there. We see a little bit of chip damage coming through right now, and there we go. We see 1018 making their way to the high ground right now, and it's going to be very good for them to start building some chip damage.
And Nectar, he needs to get to where Lorgie the God is, find him, pick him out of the fight, because Lorgie brings so much of the damage in the team. TJK can find that too. They can come flanking from different sides, but again, talking about damage, they're the only damage dealers for their team.
Oh, and TJK read that one like a book. They're managing to phase shift out of the hook. Very good stuff there to not get picked up early, and this is so annoying now for Ghost. He has to be so worried about this Tracer being constantly in the background here. No one managing to fall down just yet. Oh, and TJK goes in right now doing so much damage in the far room, but he doesn't take any kills there. Got the pulse bomb up already. He's done so much damage. Just throws a random one, takes down Ghost, and that's going to open this up here for the attacking side.
2 kills there, but Lorgie is still alive up in the diner. He's still surviving. Someone has to get on top of him.
But there are already 3 kills in the favor of 1000 Degree Knife. In the favor of 1018, and they are cleaning up this first point.
Yeah, honestly, even Lorgie cannot hold for much longer, and that is a very fast cap so far. It's going to be 1000 Degree Knife backing off, making sure they have the positional advantage on the second phase, because the key thing is to not let 1018 snowball off of this cap. They need to be in position on top of the roof, and they've got to watch out for the ultimate advantage that 1018 are going to come into this with. They did throw out the pulse bomb, but again, Nectar, Kura, both with their ultimates, that's a deadly combo.
Yes, so we really are expecting some big things there, obviously with that nano boosted blade. We saw TJK and Nectar there as well push forward to try and stagger those spawns a little bit. I don't think they were able to find any kills though as they pushed into point 2, and last week point number 2 was 1000 Degree Knife's letdown. Let's hope their point 2 is going to be a lot better.
And again, watch this combo. If there can be a hook or a sleep dart onto Nectar, that's a lot of resources committed that 1000 Degree Knife can shut down. It's going to be all on Ghost or Foxine to break that through, but he's throwing out hooks. He needs to be saving that, but they're getting aggressive on this payload, which I feel like it's the right idea.
If he can find this hook, if he can find this kill right here on the Tracer, this is going to be so important right now. Good read, but doesn't manage to find the kill. TJK doing a very good job on the Tracer, and they almost have 5 ultimates up, almost 6.
1018 haven't gone in aggressively either, which means that both teams are now even on these ultimates. They didn't move in with their snowball advantage, and I feel like 1000 Degree Knife have read this very, very well. They haven't gone for much positional advantage on the high ground, but instead have got a lot of position.
Oh, and here comes that Graviton Surge. There's that Nano Visor coming in, but look at that sound barriers coming in from both these teams. All of the ultimates coming out right now, but the kills coming up in the way of 1000 Degree Knife. That's 3 for them. They should be able to clean up the rest of them right now. Lorgie the God doing great work there, taking down Cinderella, and that's going to be a wipe. 4000 Degree.
It's just going to be a few ultimate trades, but I feel like 1018 definitely came out on top of that, especially considering they swapped the Tracer over to a Widowmaker, going to be looking for those picks, and they still have the deadly combo of that Nano Blade. Nectar can go really big, especially if TJK can find that pick, because again, he can get the high ground. Actually, I lied, 1000 Degree Knife have finally got up there. So again, they're going to have to get that position, because Widowmaker struggles to do much,
sleep, though,
especially
from
when you're asleep.
Now Foxine should be able to get up to the top there as well, and there comes Lorgie the God cutting through the team like 1000 Degree Knife through hot butter, and here he goes, just going to be cleaning it up there, doing so much damage.
And very, very efficiently, only using 2 ultimates to get through all of that. They now get position, they've got the payload moving, and again, 1000 Degree Knife can move in for this, for one more team fight at the checkpoint, but it's going to be a bit of a struggle getting in there quickly because, again, it's going to be very close. If they can hold here,
they actually do go for the commit here, and this is what was different from them last week, is they actually gave this up on point number 2, and I can see Nellery there trying to get the rest of the team to follow him. He's going to be taken down, and they're going to be able to take point number 2 very cleanly.
Yeah, and I talked about this as well. It's going to be about how much time you can buy in the streets phase for 1000 Degree Knife. They bought 1 fight's worth, but 1018 committed a few ultimates, but again, they used them efficiently, right? They won fights with only a few used, and that's a pick coming up from TJK. Again, the payload's going to be moving no matter what here.
And Kura picks up another one, TJK picks up another one. They are just falling like flies right now, but the payload is not close enough just yet. They need to get it around this first corner. This is one of the first extremely hard corners to get it around.
This is still good though. The picks not only is getting the payload dedicated movement, but it's also denying 1000 Degree Knife any time to come and get chip damage, get their ultimates ready, because look at these ultimates compared to 1018, who are ready to go in with another nano boost. If they get a big earth shatter, then Cinderella can be all that they need.
And Nellery there trying to walk his way through there. There comes the hammer down, and he manages to pick up quite a few of them in that one, but it's now on Lorgie. Can he do the damage? Ghost going to be making that switch over to the Winston, picking up 2 there, and now they do manage to hold on this attack.
They do only commit an Earth Shatter to that as well, and they built up a few ultimates again. 1000 Degree Knife actually held that pretty well. The payload's pretty far away, so it's quite a big run back for 1018 as well. I think 1018, though, have a lot of time. They've got 3 minutes to go, and again, they've got that deadly Nano Boost and Dragon Blade combo. So again, they don't have a Roadhog to shut him down with a hook. They're going to have to try and use the Nano Visor combo in response to that to make sure that Nectar gets taken down straight away, or they at least deny most of the damage out of the Dragon.
Oh, and there comes that Graviton Surge from Haskim, picking up 3. Can they pick up that McCree there as well? TJK drops as well. This should be a good hold here from 1000 Degree Knife, but Ghost falls down now as well. And as I say that, it's looking very good for 1018. They should be able to take down Haskim now and push this one to the end.
Nectar took out the back line in that fight and just absolutely swept it up. The rest of his team was able to come in and contest, but again, the payload only moved a little bit. It's just being contested here. The respawn advantage is big for 1000 Degree Knife.
Oh, Nectar just doing so much damage here. He just cleans up the rest of the defenders there, and they should be able to get this one down at any second now.
It's just buying them a precious few seconds right now, and there it is. 1018 do finally make it to the end of the checkpoint with a hearty amount of time in the time bank as well. 2 minutes and 17 seconds, dominating on point A, dominating on the 3rd checkpoint as well with all those Widowmaker picks. And only 1 fight lost on the 2nd checkpoint. I think they did that incredibly well.
Yeah, I can't agree with you more there. I was expecting a lot more from 1000 Degree Knife. Obviously coming onto this sort of half and half map. I thought they were going to have a lot more improvements there on their defensive side, but now let's see. Coming into the attack, this is where they need to shine. We see Ghost picking up that Widowmaker there. I feel like that's actually going to stay.
I feel like, yeah, it depends on what kind of composition the rest of the team's going to go with. Again, we might see Logi come out into the Genji to get in nice and deep, go for a dive composition, because again, 1018, they're likely to have either a Soldier or a Torbjorn sitting around. We see actually Torbjorn is picked up. Nectar is the last DPS to pick up. I feel like it's going to be either Soldier or Genji. I feel like Soldier is going to be the choice here, unless they want to go full base building mode and pick up that Symmetra. But in any case, this is daunting for 1000 Degree Knife. They basically need flawless camps on all parts of this map.
And yeah, we see Haskim there picking up the Tracer, and I feel that this is not the best selection for 1000 Degree Knife because it was just done to them by 1018, and I feel like 1018 are going to be able to handle this as they know exactly what the strategy is, but without maybe having a Hog or something that can really deal with that Tracer very easily, this could be working very well for 1000 Degree Knife.
Very, very dive heavy for 1000 Degree Knife, right? They need to get in there quick. They need to shut down the Torbjorn turret because that is going to be deadly for Haskim on that Tracer. It's very hard to dodge the shots from it. You're going to be taking guaranteed damage anytime you're trying to do anything. So again, it's going to be on the rest of his team to get in there. Ghost is going to be very big as well. If he can get a single pick, that is just the click moment there for the rest of his team to jump in, try and dive onto the most important targets, which is going to be Nectar, it's going to be TJK, perhaps some of the healers, just ignore the tanks because your divers, you don't do any damage to those guys and their big hit point pools. But again, watch out for those picks.
Oh,
and oh boy.
It's happened. So we see the Sombra there on Logi the God. Hopefully he's going to go for a very early health pack into this one.
Yeah, let me talk about this one because of course he's going to be hacking that big health pack right there. They're going to move in, especially with the Torbjorn. Look at this. They're just leaving it up so that he can take damage and charge up the ultimate. Look at how quickly that is going up because that health pack respawns respawns. Every time it does, Nellery gets more and more health back, and again, it's going to be Lorgi having that quick ultimate. They're going in with an ultimate advantage, have to dive deep and break down that barrier, and 1018 is sitting there thinking, what's going on?
I think they worked it out there, and Foxine finds that early pick onto Nectar, and this is exactly what 1000 Degree Knife need right now. Sombra's going to be coming in very, very close, getting that hack there onto Cinderella. Going to be extremely important, and TJK dropping disastrously low right now, but he's very, very close to the Molten Core. Oh, Cinderella nearly goes down there as well. And there comes the ultimate, the EMP comes out, but they need to find the kills there. TJK gets that trade kill, and now 1000 Degree Knife are dropping like flies to the Bearded Master.
Whoa, they traded the Sombra ultimate for instead a Molten Core to go up against. And most importantly, Lorgi didn't even hit that turret in the EMP, which means it didn't shut down. TJK got so much damage out of it, the turret wasn't targeted. And again, they even went in early before the Sombra ult was completely ready. So again, they're swapping off that, mixing it up, and they've lost crucial time. Because again, 1018 on the offense did it so quickly. 1000 Degree Knife, every second that is lost here is absolutely crucial. Now again, they've swapped over onto Genji. They're looking for that dive-heavy comp, but they can't do it if Trace is dead.
Yeah, they definitely needed to refine the Sombra strat there. No, that's a very good headshot being found by Ghost. They need to pick these kills up. Lorgi getting one, Nectar getting the second, but Lorgi coming in with the next one. And Nectar, look at that right there. These two players picking up all the very important kills there. The turret's down though. This is the important thing. But Ghost gets pushed off the high ground, and now this is going to be extremely hard for 1000 Degree Knife.
Ooh, even trades are usually good for the attacking force there, but again, I don't think they capitalized on it. They still went a little bit too greedy, a little bit too aggressive, and 1018, they're going to get a chance to come back. 1000 Degree Knife had the chance to move in there before TJK had his turret set up. Look how long it's going to take him to get it set up, but because 1000 Degree Knife were a little bit too greedy, he has the time, it's set up now, and importantly, it's out of range of Ghost. He can't snipe it down. Oh,
and Lorgi's obviously just used the reflection there as well, so he's going to have to fall back. He could almost get sniped out now. Oh, but Ghost actually gets slipped there, and they do manage to find that early kill onto the Widowmaker. Nellery, though, going to be getting that trade kill onto the Soldier, and now it's all go. Foxine needs to get away. Can the Ana stay alive? Yes, they can. They're going to have to regroup.
Oh, but again, 1018 have not committed ultimates. In fact, the only one I think I've seen them use is TJK on that Molten Core. He's almost got it up once again. And 1000 Degree Knife, they're coming up with a few of their own. They still need Lorgi and his Dragon Blade to go in, though.
Oh, and there's Nellery. He's going to be jumping in right now. He doesn't get taken down, though, and that's going to be very important that he manages to take down Cinderella. Look at Lorgi doing a lot of damage, and there's the Nano Visor. It's a greatly timed reflect, and now he's got the Dragon Blade up as well. Haskim picks up the turret, and now this is going to be a 1000 Degree moment, 1000 Degree Knife's moment.
They're holding on to Dragon Blade. Just kidding, here it goes.
And he does manage to go in, but he just gets absolutely shredded by the turret of TJK. Next Wayne will take down the second turret being built, but that's going to be enough, I think, for 1018 to hold on to this one.
And reinforcements have arrived. You're absolutely right. They should be able to hold here, but Haskim, he's going in a little bit deeper again. They do get a pick up onto the...
Oh, Ghost with a big shot. Here we go. Needs to take down Nectar as well, and this might be what 1000 Degree Knife need to open this one up. It's only him and Snex up here. Nectar looking hungry for a kill.
The positioning is a little bit deep, but there's the Graviton.
And they're looking to get... Oh, and there's the headshot onto the Reinhardt, and that's going to be very important. Emerald dropping disastrously low, but it's just Ghost with the help of Haskim here, and Haskim needs to find one. He drops the Pulse Bomb, picks up a double there. One of those being the turret, so not actually a real double, and it's Prime going to be holding on to the point there. Haskim needs to find that kill, but Kura saving his life, and the Zarya doing so much work here to hold these steps. They are not going to be able to find this one. They should be able to get reinforcements 1018.
1000 Degree Knife do respawn a lot closer though, so their reinforcements got in position first. But again, like you said, 1018 have arrived back in time. But they've swapped off of that Torbjorn, so TJK is going to get back here quickly, but it's going to be almost at a
Emerald drops and Kura drops, and he obviously had the ultimate in hand there as well. Great hammer down there from Cinderella to take down Lorgi, and now it's just going to be Nellery here on the point. He's got the nano boost as well. And can he hold on to this one? Nellery, a man in a dream. Cinderella going to be having to fall back here, looking very, very low. But here comes Ghost. Look at these two, the two legends right here. They are on the point. They might be able to cap this one, Smite.
1018 surely are not going to go in here and try and contest in this overtime. Hey, just kidding. They are. If they can pick it up here, that's huge. It's a win for them, but it's going to be hard.
Emerald getting that nano boost right now. Kura dropping disastrously low, and there comes Lorgi with a great dash. Manages to take him down there. And now this is 1000 Degree Knife's moment to get back in this game.
Oh, it's, again, like I said, very rough because 1000 Degree Knife, they are so close to the spawn point.
Prime goes down there as well. Cinderella and TJK going to be the last two here. Haskim needs to find that kill on the counter tracer. There comes the sound barrier to keep Haskim alive. Cinderella on half HP, dropping disastrously low. He goes down as well, and this is it. 1000 Degree Knife going to be picking up the first point.
1018, importantly, they only committed the nano boost in there. That's conservative, but I still feel like it's a bit of a mistake. They're going for a big risk versus reward play there, trying to hope like maybe we can just win it here. Lorgi's going to lose time here by getting slept. Surely they're just going to pick up a kill on him.
Oh, very nice stuff there to actually take him down. That's what you want to be seeing without the power of that Genji sort of being aggressive, being able to harass these players that are looking to control the high ground, going to be very, very hard for them to get up there now.
It is just time bought though for 10-18, but again, time is what they need here. Only 2 minutes to go in this second Streets phase. If 10-18 can win 2 fights, and with the double kill, maybe they can.
And that's perfect from TJK. Ghost did find the earlier pick there, giving themselves just that man advantage. But that double there, and there comes a triple there from TJK. He is tearing it up right now on this Tracer. Trying to find Haskim here as well, dropping disastrously low, but great rewind there.
TJK, incredibly aggressive, knows how to position on that Tracer very well to pick up the kills at the start of the fight. Now he's going to try and get up on that high ground, but we've got to look at what 10-18 have to work with. They still have a few ultimates, but Emerald on that Graviton.
Oh, and what a great snipe there, taking down Haskim. Haskim's just getting absolutely punished here on this Tracer. It looks like 10-18 know exactly how to deal with it here. Goes trying to find this pick, misses the shot there, and that right there would have been huge to take down the Tracer.
10-18 have a clear win condition here. Use the 2 conservative ultimates, the Graviton Surge, the Earth Shatter, to build up the ult for the rest of your team.
10-18, and look at that Graviton. Cinderella picking up 2. Kura going to be taking down the 3rd one there. Ghost going to be having to fall back, and look at the aggressiveness from 10-18. Oh, this kill onto Nectar could be big though, but he can't find it, and Nectar going to be playing very, very aggressively. He's going to have TJK very, very close as well, but it's going to be done by Nectar.
And with 50 seconds to go, that kill onto Nectar is just going to be really, really big there, because now they're just going to have to wait additional time. Sorry, it wasn't actually Nectar, it was the other guy, the sniper, who has actually swapped off Ghost now on McCree. Again, they've got to go for do or die. They've only got one more fight, but 10-18 have so much to play around with. Yeah. The Nano Visor combo is going to be the one to watch out for.
That pulse bomb came in there and managed to find no one. Here comes the Nano Visor combo. Logi gets taken down. Foxine's going to be following suit. Here we go. That's going to be Ghost dropping now as well. And I feel like this spells victory for 10-18.
1,000 Degree Knife, I mean, they've got a chance to come back in here because 10-18 did go in very early with that fight, because of course now there's 10 seconds to go for Tracers to blink onto the point, Genjis to jump around. They have maybe a hope in a haystack here to try and jump around this point. They can get one more fight, and 10-18 did just.
And there comes the nano boosted Dragon Blade there. This needs to be the kills here from Logi. He needs to now be the 1,000 Degree Hot Knife. He needs to get these kills. He only finds one here, looking for a second onto Prime, but gets absolutely decimated there, and 10-18. Oh, they are slowly pushing that card.
They're trading better.
So this is going to be very good right now for 1,000 Degree. They should be able to push this forward. Ghost looking very, very close to the Deadeye now. Oh, great headshot onto Emerald, pushing Prime back here.
I think we called it a little bit too early. 10-18, they went on that last fight, or what they thought was the last fight, too early. They committed all their ultimates thinking, this is it, we've got it in the bag. But again, 1,000 Degree Knife still had time to move onto the payload. Now again, they can set up, they can build up their ultimates, and 10-18 are now behind in this section. Again, with the overtime, it's still not a lot of time for 1,000 Degree Knife to get all the way to the end of the 3rd checkpoint, but it's a much better hope than just losing it straight at the start of the 2nd checkpoint.
Yeah, and I mean, Ghost in a very good position here. No one's really being able to deal with him, and look at this Deadeye, but they do a very good job there to actually stay out of it all. Emerald picking up a quick double there, and this is probably going to be spelling victory for 10-18 now. Without that McCree, without that damage, I don't see how they can do this.
No, and there goes the overtime. See you later, 1,000 Degree Knife, as 10-18 do pick it up as the favorite team to win in this matchup. 1,000 Degree Knife, they were looking to upset, but could not quite find the victory there.
Wow, boys. What a nail biter of a first match to kick it off. I mean, 10-18 looking strong throughout their entire run on offense, to be sure, and again on defense, but 1,000 Degree Knife both times at the 11th hour. It looked like they had some gas in the tank there, man, but in any case, what a way to kick off the day. Guys, what are our thoughts on what we just saw?
Well, I've got to say, just the differences in how both teams went on the offense really told the whole story, right? You see 10-18 just clean it up on basically every point, only a slip up on the 2nd checkpoint, but that's to be expected when you get alt wiped. But then you look at 1,000 Degree Knife, who struggled on the 1st checkpoint, getting it in overtime, struggled on the 2nd checkpoint, getting it into overtime, but not even finishing it, going for interesting strategies. 1,000 Degree Knife trying to use that Sombra to get an early ult advantage.
I wanted that to work so bad.
I know, but the EMP missed the turret, which was big because you gave him the ultimate. That's the one you needed to shut down. And so the difference is 1,000 Degree Knife had a strategy just like 10-18 did, but 1,000 Degree Knife, they didn't commit onto it perfectly.